If you're still living in this type of way where you're a victim and everybody blaming out words and everybody does shit to me and I can't trust nobody and fuck everybody, all these things that block you from getting the love and the life that you want, that's your foundation. So now when you get your blessings and you put it on top of it, it's gonna crumple. And you're not going to be able to sustain it because you haven't done the work to accept it. Are you ready?
1, 2, 3, let's go!
Recently, I have been very introspective and I have realized with my real eyes, the real life, it's 5:20 a.m. I have a flight tomorrow. I came back from a party at 2. I realized where I mislead myself. I realized where I am being immature. I realized where I have reacted based off of trauma, reacted based off of my survival skills, reacted based off of my ego, and I have come to terms with how to stop. The first step in using your pain to evolve is accountability. Everything is happening for you, not to you. Everyone that you meet is a reflection of who you are. The universe can only give you what you give out. The universe is only responding to your vibration, to your energy, to your beliefs. You shape your reality. So you need to be accountable for who you are, what you're thinking, what you're doing, and what you're believing in, and how you're treating people. Life is not all of these random things getting thrown at you and like, oh, what the fuck is this? It is, but it's not. Random things happen. You decide, is this the worst day of my life or is this just an event that's passing that I don't need to take on for the rest of the day, right? So with that being said, you need to take every moment and be grateful that it's happening. If something triggers you, be grateful. If something hurts you, like it hurts your ego, be grateful. If somebody is lashing out on you, and this is a moment that the universe sent you to test how patient you can be, how kind you can be, how you can stay in your energy and in your calm, be grateful. Because the universe is giving you a moment and a test to show yourself that you can do it and to really trust yourself more. Oof, that made sense. You need to be accountable for your energy, what you're saying, what you're thinking, what you believe in, how you react, because everything is a reflection of you. Everything is a reflection of your beliefs. The universe, when you say this is the way it is, the universe doesn't say, no, it's not, it's like this. It says, yes, it is. If you say everyone is just so fucking rude and nobody cares about anyone, yes. So the universe is gonna show you that everybody is so rude and then nobody cares about anyone. And because you believe that, it also means that you believe that about yourself. Just because you think that you're showing everybody that you care because you are having an open heart and giving to a lot of people and all these things, it really shows that you don't care about yourself because you're putting yourself in situations where people are not reciprocating or being appreciative or being grateful. So the universe is showing you reflections of that. When people are acting the way that they're acting, that makes you respond the way that you respond. Be accountable for your own healing. No one is gonna come heal you, but everybody's gonna come help you. Nobody's gonna heal you, but people are gonna help you heal yourself. Everybody is coming to show you what needs to be healed. The universe is sending you messages through movies, to people, to music, and when it's happening, it's just like you're not really getting it. Like it's just like, okay, I don't even know. I'm not really even thinking. I'm in my head. I'm thinking about this thing I have to do tomorrow, whatever. But if you just take a step out, just pay attention. Pay attention to the universe because it's always talking to you. God is always talking to you. And you need to take every moment and be accountable for how you respond to it. The universe, well, it is gonna come down and just say to you, like, this is what you need to do. But it's not gonna hit you as hard as an experience will that really shows you what you be on. I could tell you, have an open heart, be kind. You'd be like, okay. Then somebody comes to you and they just piss you off so bad that you want to have a closed heart and be as mean as possible. Those are the moments that are the true tests to see how much self-awareness you have, how much healing you've done, and how accountable you are. Because regardless of the outside world, you need to keep intact who you are, who you want to be, and stay like that, because you are it, instead of reacting based off of trauma, trigger, reaction, your armor, your ego, etc. So for example, if I believe that I'm not good enough for something because of the way that I was responded to or treated when I was a child, if that translates into adulthood, and you get moments where you're going to be put into places where you belong, but you don't feel like you belong because you don't feel good enough, those are your moments where you unpack and you like reparent yourself and reprogram your mind. And these are the moments where you need to be accountable. Because in those moments when we're triggered and we feel small, we feel dumb, and we feel ugly, and we feel like we're in the wrong place, or we feel like this is too good to be true, what is this, like, okay, whatever. If we're in those moments where it feels like that, that is our moment to go within instead of pointing outwards, because everything is happening for you, not to you. So, because everything is happening for you, not to you, we stop pointing our fingers outwards.
This person is being too nice and that's probably something wrong with them, or they're just pretending, or they're gonna trick me.
Why are you picking those thoughts about this good thing? That's what you need to unpack, and that's what you need to be accountable for. Why in the field of joy and happiness are you picking to look at negative or think of negative or be suspicious of it? Why? Because you're even listening to this right now, you still have something in you that is ready to hear a different perspective, and that wants to grow, and that wants to do better, and that wants to be better. So you're already taking your first step because you're listening to this right now. For you to even receive this information, it means you're open to it. This doesn't mean that you won't have reactions, that you won't get triggered, that you won't get angry, that you won't get sad, that you won't feel bad. This doesn't mean, oh, because you heard this now, boom, it's done. No, it's gonna take a while for you to really implement this. It doesn't have to take a while, but it might take a while depending on how strongly you're holding on to your pain. And that gets me into the part of your pain story. Stop when asked who you are, describe the pain you've gone through to make you who you are. Because you are tying your identity to your pain, and it's very hard to let go of your pain when you made it who you are. For example, people who are like, I'm so misunderstood, nobody gets me, nobody's ever gonna get me, I'm alone in this world, I'm the only person who thinks the way that I think, You're tying your identity to that instead of being open to being understood, being seen, being heard. And that's what everybody really wants, to be seen. Everybody wants to be heard. And you need to unpack why you feel misunderstood, because people can't understand you. If you work on your communication skills, if you be open, if you talk about how you feel, people can't understand. Just because 3 people, 2 people, someone important didn't understand, it doesn't mean now the whole world doesn't understand. That's you taking a moment and now it's your belief, and now it's your whole world. You are making that your whole world. That's not what the whole world is. You made it that way though. Your perception now, your reality now is that. And that is going to show up because that's the only thing you allow yourself to believe. Put your attention towards what things could be and who you could evolve into, and which is who you've always been underneath the armor and the shell and the protection that you've put because you've had to survive before. But be grateful and say thank you, because it did help you before, but now you don't need it anymore, because now you know better and you're not as naive, and you have better boundaries, and you are better at communicating, and you know what you want, and you're older. Now if you're put in that same situation that made you build the armor in the first place, you know the better way to respond. So you don't need the armor anymore. You don't need to be mean. You don't need to be cold. You don't need to be closed off. You don't need to isolate yourself. You just need to let go of all of that and be. Yeah, you're amazing. Like you're here right now, you're listening, and you want to grow. Do you know how hard it is for some people to grow, or want to grow, or even listen, or even think? Like there's people who are 80 years old that are still having the same behaviors, that have not even had a moment of self-awareness. Literally. Like maybe little moments where like, wow, I shouldn't have said that. I'm gonna keep going though. Like, people stay like this. You need to do the work now. The next step in using your pain to evolve is acceptance. You need to accept what you see. When you see something come out that is a little ugly or a little shameful or a little embarrassing, you need to accept that part of yourself. And you will only be able to accept that part of yourself by using love, and by using your self-awareness, and by understanding that we're all human and we all make mistakes, and your parents are human and they made mistakes. And you need to see them and everyone that hurt you as a child that went through what they went through to make them who they are, and you need to see yourself that way. And then you need to accept what came out of that for what it is, because you can't, boom, change it. It's who you are right now, and it's a part of you, and it's a part of your story. So just accept it and love it. So for example, again, when I uncover that part of myself where I'm like, wow, I'm really like fumbling and self-sabotaging these good things because I feel like I'm not good enough for it. I accept that I do that, and I'm sorry to myself for doing that. And I'm gonna get to the bottom or rehearse a different way. You don't have to like get to the bottom of everything and fix everything and into the past. You don't have to do that. But you do have to be like, okay, I do this. You don't have to know why. I do this and I need to stop. Sometimes you need to know why. I do this and I need to stop. So, what is the best way to respond? What is the best way to react? And to figure out the best way to respond and to react is, what would you do for someone that you love? So if I feel like I'm not good enough and I'm in a place where I feel like, why am I here? I don't belong here. If my friend was telling me that and I wanted to show that I love them and I see them, I would say, you do belong here. You wouldn't be here if you didn't belong here. This is for you. You are deserving, whatever, like words of affirmation or just doing things to show yourself love. Like just accepting, like, okay, I feel this way, it's okay, da-da-da. Like, you know, how you would talk to a kid. Everybody needs to be talked to how you talk to kids. That's basically my philosophy. When you're in these little moments and you don't know how to accept it how you would to a kid. And if you don't know how to accept kids, I don't know what to tell you. You taking these moments to accept yourself, uncover, learn, be loving, it will translate to somebody coming to you with an issue and now you're better equipped to handle it and you make the world a better place. Oh, I was gonna cry. Next is having love and compassion. Every moment is a chance for you to have an open heart. You can pick that you see a bug and you kill it, or you can pick that you pick up the bug in a little cup and you take a little second out of your day to go put it outside. And you'd be like, hey, you did a good thing. You pick. So every moment there are two picks. You pick, I'm gonna scream at this person honking at me 50 times. They're probably having a bad day. They really need to get to work, just like I've needed to get somewhere before. It's not my anger. I don't need to take it on. I don't need to respond. I wish them love. That's what you need to do. And then you do that for yourself. Practice on people that you just want to kill, and you do it for yourself in the moments where you feel like, just stop, like, just be better, just stop, whatever. In the moments where you feel like, I'm not doing enough, I'm not good enough, I'm ugly, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, I'm embarrassing, how could I say that, how could I do that? Love. Open heart. Do not close your heart, do not shame yourself, do not hurt yourself. We already have enough bullies in the world, do not be another one. If you made a huge mistake or if somebody makes a huge mistake to you, how would you want to be treated if you did that? I would never do that. Okay, well, it's possible that you could do that. How would you want to be treated if you did that? How would you want to be treated if you made that mistake? Treat that person how you would want to be treated. It's not easy, because if somebody cheats on you, and you want to kill them, and you want to break all their stuff, you need to take a moment and think, how would I want to be treated if I was a cheater? But some people need to learn. So I'm not going to say that for everything. Some people need to be punished. But punish them, but forgive them. Don't punish them and then start punishing yourself. Right? Right. Punish, or just boundaries, consequence. There has to be consequences, but the consequences don't have to be you dumping all of your pain of your life onto somebody because they just opened a little box. Some things are people just poking at a box of pain that you have, that you just and you just throw up on them all the pain. That was unnecessary, and you need to just deal with your box of pain. And don't dump it on people when they get you a little mad, right? Right. Or they get you a little sad. Like, for example, somebody rejects you and now you just open the box of all the times that everybody has left you for dead and everybody hates me, nobody cares about me. Like, no. Or no, let out the box. Okay, I accept that I see this. I don't know why I think like this. Why do I think like this? Okay. Well, I'm choosing to love myself in this moment. Acceptance. I have felt before that people didn't care about me and they showed me that they didn't care in my eyes, but people are going through their own things and I just need to have compassion. And you just need to always pick the compassionate response. And it doesn't mean you put up with anything, because you need to have boundaries and you can talk stern and you can be a little bit aggressive sometimes if it's necessary. But don't be aggressive when it's not necessary. Keep your if you need to breathe, but don't just chill, for real. Lastly, have some grace with yourself. Oh, you're gonna fuck up. You're gonna lash out. You're gonna get triggered. You're gonna sabotage. You're gonna be mean. You're gonna do something bad. Everybody is always forever. Until you actually truly implement this, you're gonna do it. Especially if you're before the age of 25 and your frontal lobe is not developed, you're still gonna make mistakes and you're still gonna make the wrong decisions sometimes. You need to give yourself grace, but not too much grace that you just go right back into your trauma response, pain body person. Stop reacting based off your trauma. But it's okay if you do. You need to give yourself acceptance, love, grace, compassion, and accountability. Ooh, I really just said what I needed to say. I have extra notes. These will just be some points. Some ways that pain shows up is victimizing yourself, getting revenge, lashing out. If somebody triggered you, to be aware of something that you weren't aware of before, you should be grateful. Be grateful for the people that triggered you and hurt you. Be grateful for betrayal, because then you would be naive and you wouldn't understand boundaries. Be grateful for lies, because now you know better to trust your intuition and to not take everything for what it is and have some thoughts for yourself based off of patterns and behaviors. We would be so naive if things didn't happen to us, and we need to be prepared for things, but we don't need to be so prepared like everybody is a problem. You need to love the parts of yourself that you uncover, because you will shame others for having it. And when you shame others for having it, it's because they're a reflection of you, and that reflection of you don't like, so you call it ugly. But you need to not call it ugly and just be like, oh, I used to be like that. I wish them the best in their healing. Now, just imagine everybody piss you off and you're like, I wish you healing. That's better than anything you could do, really. Some things you need to get your lick back, but not everything, and not most things. Like 2 things, 3 things. Real disrespectful, like, you need to get your lick back, but not everything that everybody does. You need to react. Like, just take it for what it is. I accept this. It's more about them than it is about you. People are projecting. If I come to somebody trying to give them love, be understanding, all these things, and they react negatively to that, that's not my problem. You're the one fumbling it. I'm fine, because I love me, and I'm gonna keep my energy for me then. Fine. You are obviously not a good place for it, because look how you act with it. There's no hard feelings, right? Or you're gonna be like,
how dare you, after everything I did, you don't give a fuck, fuck you, fuck all this.
Like, they cannot take it, so what are you gonna get mad for? Unless they're manipulating you and lying to you, then you can get mad and whatever. But some people are just not in the place to accept what you have to offer, and you need to give it to yourself. Because why are you getting mad and pushing it onto somebody that doesn't want it, wasting your energy? You need to give it to yourself. What else? This is very important. The moments to do this type of work is when you are feeling stagnant, you have a creative block, writer's block, you feel like you don't have oomph, or you don't, like, nothing's happening. This is your moment to build your foundation and have a solid one for when everything comes on top. Because if you're still living in this type of way where you're a victim and everybody blaming out words and everybody does shit to me and I can't trust nobody and fuck everybody, all these things that block you from getting the love and the life that you want, that's your foundation. So now when you get your blessings and you put it on top of it, it's gonna crumple and you're not gonna be able to sustain it because you haven't done the work to accept it. Are you ready for the love that you want? Can you communicate? Can you spend time alone? Can you talk about your feelings? Are you willing to? Because you don't have to be 100%. You don't have to be 100% ready for it, but you do have to be willing to open. So when the love comes, are you ready for it? When the job comes, are you ready for it? Are you ready to be uncomfortable? Are you ready to be nice to yourself when you're uncomfortable? Are you ready to be open about that you're uncomfortable? Are you ready to share with people that you're uncomfortable? Are you ready to be vulnerable? If you're not ready, then get ready because it's coming. Are you ready? Thank you so much for watching. Let me know how this has impacted you or any feelings that have come up about this because I want to know how you guys are taking this.